Just for a little fun fact, I looked up communist regimes. This is meant for a young, vulnerable teenager. Now, check out how truly terrifying it is what Biden just said about our children in this nation. Hey, I just want to say real quick, we got some of our new merch out right now. This is one of my favorite shirts, Read the Bible. If you want to support this channel, you can check out the link below. It says shop our merch. Howdy, y'all. I'm Brylan. Now, it truly is heartbreaking to see the direction of our nation right now, our country, our society, really as a whole, to see how far and how deep we are willing to plunge into the depths of depravity, forsaking ultimate truth for personal truth. And, this is taking us down a deep, dark, scary road of no return. Romans 1 talks about the depravity of humanity and God's wrath on unrighteousness. And it says in verse 28, and since they did not see fit to acknowledge God, God gave them up to a debased mind. Now you can go read all of Romans 1 to see the full picture of the evil that humanity commits for God to give them up to a debased mind, to a depraved mind, an insane mind. But it says once we're given up to that debased mind, we will commit evil, disgusting acts and try to cause others to do them as well. And 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 says, these evil people, these godless people, therefore God sends them a strong delusion so that they may believe what is false. Sound familiar? Today we are accepting what is false as truth. It is a delusion that we are believing. And it says in verse 12, in order that they all may be condemned who did not believe the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. This is going to set people up to accept the Antichrist. Now this brings me to something that Biden said at this podium right here. And I'm going to show you this clip. And it has to do with the children within our nation. And I want to show you how truly terrifying these remarks are that Biden said about our children. If you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button, when you like this video, YouTube will push it out to more people, and it would really help spread this message. But before we look at this, it's important that we see this in context of where Biden is coming from. Just take a look.
Transgender kids is a really harder thing. What's going on in Florida is, as my mother would say, close to sinful. I mean, it's just terrible what they're doing. It's not like, a kid wakes up one morning and says, I decided I want to become a man, or I want to become a woman, or I want to change. We're human beings. They love, they have feelings, they have inclinations that are, it just to me is, I don't know, it's cruel. And the way we do it is we make sure we pass legislation like we passed on same-sex marriage. You mess with that, you're breaking the law, and you're going to be held accountable.
Do you think states should have a right to ban gender-affirming health care?
I don't think any state or anybody should have the right to do that. As a moral question and as a legal question. I just think it's wrong.
Now, if this isn't depravity at its worst, to say that we should destroy children, and that's the morally right thing to do. And if you stand against that, if you don't agree with that, then you should be held liable to the law. Then you should be taken out of society. You should no longer have your rights anymore. Remember, Romans 1 says that not only will they do evil and commit evil acts and invent evil acts, but they will try to bring others in on those evil acts as well, which is even worse. Now, check out how truly terrifying it is what Biden just said about our children in this nation.
Rebecca put a teacher's creed into words when she said, there's no such thing as someone else's child. No such thing as someone else's child. Our nation's children are all our children.
Did you hear that? Our nation's children are all our children. Have you connected the dots yet? Have you connected what's going on here. On one hand, you have him saying that it is sinful. It should be against the law to not mutilate a child. And then on the other hand, saying, well, your child isn't even really yours anyway. Your children belongs to everybody. Your children are my children. And therefore, I should have a say in what happens to your children. This is communism. This is the worst of the worst, because it's setting up a system where you no longer have any control over your child, and instead the regime can come in and decide what type of depravity your children take part in. And they know that a society is only as strong as the family is. That's why you're seeing such a heartless attack on the family, because they know that if they can destroy the family unit, they can destroy the will of a parent to want to raise their child up in truth and honor and under God, then they know that they have ultimate power to deceive and to cause whatever type of destruction they want willy-nilly without any repercussions. They know that you'll just go along with it. That's why we must protect the family. Just for a little fun fact, I looked up communist regimes on the interwebs, and this is what I found. I want you to look at this. This is a little Wikipedia thing, right, on communism. You scroll down, they have this fun little trivia question. Which of these communist leaders do you find the most influential or inspiring? Is it Marx? Or maybe it's Mao? What about Vladimir Lenin? Fidel Castro? I mean, why'd they stop at these four? There's plenty more out there that are just truly inspiring. It's this type of slow and steady acceptance of these ideas in just simple little pulls like this that are seemingly so harmless. It's just hidden away down here under this Wikipedia thing that makes light of what this ideology has done. It's destroyed civilizations, and it will destroy ours. This is meant for a young, vulnerable teenager, a young person to come and say, which of these leaders do you find influential or inspiring? What? And then you look into them and you see their depraved ways and you go, oh, wow, that's what's inspiring? Okay, I'll give in to that. Each of these men, amongst dozens of others, hate the family unit. They hate children that aren't given over to depravity. And that's exactly what's coming out of the mouth of this man right here. No, Biden, my children are not your children. They are not the nation's children. They are God's children, given as a gift to my wife and I to raise in truth and love and under God. But hey, let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, being a part of this community, I would love to hear from you on a regular basis. And please hit that thumbs up button as well. You know, when you like this video, to get pushed out to more people, and it would really help spread this message. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.